हेलो एवरीवन। आज हम फिर से खेलने वाले हैं एलन वेक। और लास्ट एपिसोड यहाँ पे ख़त्म होता है और सेकंड यहाँ से शुरू इसे स्किप कर देते हैं।
Previously on Alan Wake, I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared.
वहाँ पर आइलैंड है ही नहीं। टेकअप न्यूयॉर्क में 3 साल पहले।
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow. Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
हाँ, ये कवर बना
Well,
रही
so
है।
last night.
देखिए इसकी जो लास्ट बुक है जो आई थी।
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes. This was a late goodbye. 13.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan! Please check the fuse box!
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry!
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid.
ये
The
इतना
dark
लाइट
really
में
spooked me
लगता है
too.
ना।
When it got
अभी
really
इसका
bad,
था ये
my
होगा।
mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
देखो,
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
न्यूयॉर्क। अब आ गया प्रेजेंट डे में।
How do you feel, Mr. Wick? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wick, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of that.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Gordon.
Come back
There's
later
no
on
sign
to
of him.
remind you, just in case.
Yeah, this is Thorne.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Oh, बिल्ली की तस्वीर लगाई है मेरे से.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up.
हाँ. तो यकीन ही क्यों करेगा?
Excuse me. I need to take this.
जो इसके साथ हुआ.
Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the light? Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different.
अच्छा.
You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got...
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would see.
All wrong. See? Sure.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for you to sign off.
भाई क्या तो हो रहा है?
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swim.
अच्छा यानी कि ये कोई किडनैपर है जो कि एलन को यहाँ
Alice's
आने को
driver's
कह रहा है.
license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
ये तो सो गया.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness. shapes it from nothingness.
Okay.
The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
है ये कुछ ऐसा है कि
Marvelous, Sarah.
इसकी स्टोरी के ऊपर ही
To settle
बहुत
all
कुछ
the
डिपेंड
damage
कर
the
रहा है.
Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never...
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure
ये
of
वही है, डॉक्टर.
discussing your situation with her on several
जिससे
occasions.
You set something
कि
up with
बीवी
her?
I invited
अपॉइंटमेंट
her
ली थी
here.
लेकिन
My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey, take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
चल भाई.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर ही मुक्का मारा है
I
इसने.
had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow, I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
अच्छा.
Jeez,
That
Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Okay. ये क्या मेहमत का है? डॉक्टर का?
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the
Yeah.
car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the
मुझे
last
यकीन
time you
नहीं कर रहा.
slept? What, are you high?
ये भी नहीं
Have you
करता.
been drinking?
इसलिए तो नहीं बता
Look,
रही
Barry,
है.
I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's
Do you
just...
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with
Oh,
reality,
कितना बड़ा भालू है.
you're buying
ये तो
yourself a
बकवास
ticket to
ही
the
कर रहा
funny
है, नहीं?
farm.
Wait here.
भाई ये नहीं यकीन करेगा जब तक इसके साथ खुद नहीं होगा.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost
ये
done.
रहा.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but
ये
I'm kind of full
होटल
here.
में था पहले
Actually,
एपिसोड
I'm
में.
sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk?
वही beer
It's just
का.
across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha! Let's have a laugh on Barry.
हाँ हाँ जब इसके साथ होगा ना तब इसको पता चलेगा चलो
This is the
भाई ये
form you
चाहिए
wanted? And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air. A guy who was.
चलो भाई ये तो वही नहीं करता है यार ये सच्ची नहीं है तो तू पागल हो गया
It's just crazy talk, Al.
क्या वो तक बात कर रहा है
Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
मैंने कॉफी से होता क्या वो बैटरीज ये तो चाहिए चलो बाहर चलते हैं हाँ चलो चलो आगे करो
Wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
yeah.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Okay.
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. It wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest. I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
बस ये है कि भाई लोग इस पर यकीन नहीं करते इसको इसलिए खुंदक चढ़ी हुई है कि मैं खुद जाओ दूँ
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson
और
just
रिवॉल्वर
arrived
क्या है मो
in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like? My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
चलो Oh. Okay, कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे recovery कितने हैं भाई?
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
पेज से मिल रहे हैं. अब इस पर क्या लिखा है?
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Yeah. यार तो पेज पर लिखा वही हो रहा है. तो पेज पर लिखा वही हो रहा है भाई. ये तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. एक मिनट, आपने गौर किया?
This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me!
अच्छा एक मिनट, रस्टी ने मेरी पेज को वो देख लिया है जो इसको मिल रहा है ना, वे को वही पेज. अबे रुको भाई, कोई सप्लाई नहीं है यहाँ पे.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Hello? Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me.
इसको कुछ नहीं हुआ. Nice.
I'm here.
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must. The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. Shh. Good boy.
इसने पेज देख लिया. अब इस वजह से इसके ऊपर ये हुआ है. अच्छा,
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
उसके ऊपर से भी पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन दूसरे लोगों के ऊपर तो लगता है अज़ाब ही आ जाता है. चलो अंदर.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
ओके यहाँ तो ये
I was too
ओह
late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
ओह शिट फिर शुरू हो गया
The ground was covered with fading ashes. I felt like deep darkness.
वो अच्छा ये क्या चीज़ है जो ज़मीन पर है अरे अरे सही है भाई चलो इधर चलते हैं अंदर एक रस्टी तो गया भाई
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
Obey!
ओह रस्टी है ये
At all times. Rusty fishing,
Oh.
rusty out. Purchase up for it. License, never,
किधर गया गायब हो रहा है भाई ये रहा
never approach any other world.
Closer than 25 yards.
Pets must be leashed.
At all times.
Never leave your pet
And unattended.
It is
Against the law.
to remove historical artifacts from the park.
किधर गया ओह
This includes even you may
इधर है
or even simple berries.
किधर गया अच्छी खासी बुलेट्स लगी है और यहाँ तो सप्लाई पड़ गई थी मोस्टली अरे अरे इससे बात कर रहा हूँ मैं चलो अरे अब ये क्या है मुझे बैटरीज चाहिए ओ भाई फ्रीज गिर रहे हैं एक मिनट इससे पूरी हो जाती है हेल्थ लैग से कॉल आ रही है
What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
डरी है ये
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy. You're not crazy! Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would. Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
ओके यहाँ कुछ तो है, यानी सप्लाई है भाई। फ्लेयर गन्स मिल जाते बहुत अच्छा है, कि उनसे ना बहुत फ़ायदा हो जाता है। ये बात ओह शॉटगन, ये सीन तो चाहिए थी, और एक शॉटगन भी मिल गई। चलो यहाँ पे और लाइब्रेरी अरे कोई पीछे भी है। नाइस ऊपर लाइट है। जो बहुत अच्छी बात है, हम सेफ प्लेस है अभी। और इधर क्या है? अरे किसने मारा? खत्म करो। हो गया स्टार्ट भाई। अरे ना होता ना लगे ओह, इधर पीछे, इसके पीछे छुपा है। ओह भाई घोड़े वाला, पीछे हटो, पीछे हटो, थोड़ा सा पीछे हटो। Okay. चलो आगे लाइट है। अच्छा इतने हो गया है तब भी स्टार्स नजर आ रहे हैं, ये क्या? चलो चलें, चलो चलें, let's go, let's go.
Shit.
Oh. जल्दी दे, खड़ा हो, आ रहे हैं। और
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming.
एक
That
हाँ ये वही है,
flashlight's kid stuff.
स्नाइपर है ये।
The flares will keep the bastards away.
ये स्नाइपर है। मुझे थोड़ा सा
You can
पता
see
है
them
इसका।
too?
Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
Let's move.
I lost my gun back there.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
gun
got
guy.
a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up.
भाई से इसके मार, यही डालना पड़ेगा। भाई मार, भाई क्या कर रहा है, तो कर रहा है भाई। इसके निशान कितने कच्चे हैं भाई, नूब है भाई।
first peek. Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
हाँ गन दे गन नहीं देगा
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun!
No time for back talk. Hold them off, damn it. Just a little longer. Scare them off. Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Just a little longer. I almost got it. Okay, it's open. Move or lose it.
अरे भाई भाग
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon. This is it, Wake. The last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
भाई इसकी बातें भी ऐसा लगता है एमपी सीरियस
Die already, die! Damn it!
अरे मार भाई और आ रहे हैं
Boy, this is a piece of cake, Wake.
हाँ हाँ पी सकते हैं ठीक है
Like that, boy!
ये
I know! Scream, goddammit!
भाई सही से निशाने मार ले
Just keep coming. See? Nothing to it.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I'd read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
अच्छा
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her mouth.
वाह क्या भाग गया